Okay, if you're an ESL employee or if you work for Intel, then you're probably not able to sign up. But
everybody else.
all you StarCraft gamers out there with ambitions, you can always sign up for a qualifier, and yeah, this might be one of those days where you have a lucky run and you're going to be able to qualify. In an event like this, because we are hosting it in New York, it's the Global Challenge, but it's still hosted in North America. We have 8 spots for North American players. I do apologize, by the way, since I called Altero American Pro Tools several times, and I actually should have said North American Pro Tools or just Canadian Pro Tools. I'm not trying to assume that he's American, since, yeah, okay, he's not. So excuses for that. But yeah, all of these guys, they went through a grid. They beat a couple of really good players to get here. So obviously they're capable of something.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really one of the cool things about IEM's format is because it's a qualifier, it really allows these new guys to emerge. Invite tournaments are awesome, but the problem with having all your tournaments as invite tournaments is you just keep seeing the same guys over and over and over. You don't get a chance to look at this new talent. Guys like Atero, who, professional players in North America know Atero. He'll play in a clan war and beat somebody really good and be like, oh, Atero won a game. But he doesn't have any of those huge land victories. So if Atero were to come out here and win IEM, that'd be a big deal, And it's a new player kind of emerging and saying, hey, look at me, I'm pretty good at StarCraft.
Yes, indeed. Of course, guys, we have 4 Korean players here as well, and we have 4 players from Europe here as well. And obviously that makes 8, and then we have the 8 North Americans. So that makes 16, as always, at every stop of the Intel Extreme Masters. I do want to talk a little bit about how to qualify for the Intel Extreme Masters World Championship Finals, though, since actually we haven't really been doing that all that much. But if you get nice,
so nice
pylon right there by Gator.
So nice by Gator. Keeping those lings off that cannon. He'll probably cancel that pylon now.
So yeah, he has the cannon up as well, so that would make perfect sense. Yeah, just to talk a little bit more about that. If you manage to get top 2, so basically if you manage to get into a grand final of the Intel Extreme Masters event, you are automatically qualified for those World Championship finals next year in March in Hanover, where the prize pool is, I believe, something ridiculous, like more than 70,000 euro.
Yeah, I think 75 grand is the StarCraft 2 prize pool.
So that's a really, it's going to be a massive tournament, the World Championship finals at Hanover. And yeah, if you take a look at the players who qualified so far for that tournament, we have MC, we have Puma, we have Idra, and Elfitaya. So that's like 4 really awesome players already. Obviously, the top 2 of this stop is going to qualify for that event as well. And then at the end of the year, we're going to have rankings as well. Players who did not win a tournament, but they've just scored a lot of points throughout the entire year on these Intel Extreme Master stops. For instance, like a player like Mana can make a really big step towards those finals. He got the 3rd place at Gamescom, and now he's playing here as well. So even if he gets to a quarterfinal or a semi-final, he picks up a lot of points. And there is a possibility we see Mana as well at those World Championship finals.
Yeah, really cool stuff, man. I do think extremely highly of the IEM format. I like it a lot.
I think it's really fair.
Anyway, to the game at hand, we've got once again a Protoss that has gone Nexus first against a Speedling playing, or a Zerg player going Speedling. This time it's Dongregu, who's literally one of the best Zerg players in the world. So I'm really curious to see exactly how DRG chooses to play this out. He's got a few Speedlings out. Oh, nice micro there, making sure that Zealot, man, saves every ling.
3 lings on 5 HP.
That is so dumb how OP Dongregu is.
We see Gator now as well, whopping in an additional gate. I'm not a big fan of this Stargate placement at all. Like, why would you ever put a Stargate? Yeah, it's really going to, like, not block forever, but it's just going to delay your gas mining at least a little bit. I really don't think that's very smart. On the other end, it's very hard to scout. And I also think the 3 cannons is perhaps a little bit too safe. I mean, I can understand that he was worried when facing a Speedling opening, but 3 cannons, it's, I don't know, Ben.
Yeah, I think maybe he's in the dark when he plays that style, obviously, and the sort of hatch cancel roach all in is something that you have to worry about. So I can understand why he gets that 3rd cannon. He's even getting a void ray to just be extra safe. I think he's being actually overly safe at this point in the game. Yeah. We see that, in fact, DRG's gotten actually +1 range attack. I thought he was going to get a melee upgrade there. So what is he going to do with this?
I don't know, just make
fast layer. Maybe he's going to go Hydra drop.
Roaches, Hydra rise. He's going to throw up a Spore Crawler in his main base as well. Excellent scouting right there by Dongregu. He did scout the Stargate, and he did scout that Void Ray as well, because obviously you can always see whether it's a Phoenix or a Void Ray if you look closely. Dongregu working on these destructible rocks now as well, thrown down an infestation pit already. Meanwhile, just slowly but steady droning up, and I don't know, I would feel really comfortable if I were Dongregu. I'm sure that he's been in similar situations like this tons of times. If we take a look at the worker cap right now, he's up 13 drones. I think that's a very healthy lead.
That's about what it should look like there. I'm actually surprised that he's managed to get this far ahead. I think.
Look at that, the simulator, man. Like.
Yeah. If you were to move his probes to the other side, I think they would mine faster. But
yeah, I agree.
But you know.
But you can clearly see that 3 is not enough right now because yeah, the one guy leaves before the other guy goes in, and that's
definitely
not
losing
optimal
some of his income there. If you look on the gas income there, you can see it reflected. Zerg's actually mining about 30 more gas.
30, 40 more gas, but that's really a lot. I mean, once again, we keep talking about how important gas is for a Protoss player. Obviously, gas is very important for any race, but the way that Protoss plays out, where it's hard to secure a third base, where you really need some army to secure a third base, and you can't just throw down that Nexus.
Every 5 minutes, he's losing the Colossus.
Yeah, well, and that's a really big deal.
Yeah. Anyway, so again, I'm still kind of curious to see how DRG plays this out. He's getting Burrow, he's getting Infestor energy, so he's going to be playing some sort of Infestor style, obviously, but I'm not really seeing it. He got +1 ranged attack. He's getting +2 ranged attack, but he's got no Roach Warren or Hydralisk Den. Is that for the Infested Terrans? Is he doing some sort of crazy-ass Infested Terran style?
Why? He's just getting upgrades for... I don't know. I don't think he's going to make Ling only, no? That would be...
I mean, he's getting ranged attack upgrades, and he's got no ranged units. What is it for?
I think he's going to throw down Roach Warren.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that makes sense, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm scratching my head, man. I'm not seeing it.
I'm a little bit confused.
A bunch of Infestors just popped out. I mean, these Infested Terrans are going to be beastly, but...
That's pretty much it. We have 5 Zealots now at once being wiped in over here for GosuGatored. One gateway as well didn't upgrade it yet to Wipe Gate, but not a really big deal. A ton of Wipe Gates actually throughout his entire base. Getting the robotics facility as well. It's a really confusing cell that he's playing over here.
He's got 7 gateways, a Stargate, and a Robo, and a robotics bay. So
it's a little bit of everything.
If I were to just look at his base, I'd be like, oh, it's a 2-base all in. But you know, I don't really know.
It doesn't really feel like that.
He's got all sorts of money, so he's going to be able to expand when he knocks down these rocks.
Yeah, I was about to point out as well. More 1,000 minerals, quite a bit of gas as well, 600-700. I am really curious to see why he's making so many Zealots.
I think we're starting to see DRG's build materialize here. This is going to be an Infested Terran bust at the front here. He's going to throw down a ton of Infested Terrans and go with his Lings. The Infested Terrans are going to kill all of the sentries.
Oh, we do have an observer over here in position for Gator though, but it's probably not going to be enough. A lot of Infested Terrans indeed.
I don't know what's going to happen here. This isn't something that I've really seen before. Infested Terrans are doing some really sick damage. A lot of Zealots getting warped in. I don't think it's really working out for Dongregu, though. What in the world was that?
There was a lot of Infested Terrans.
That was the weirdest thing. There's like a circle. It's like a smiley face, bro. Take a screenshot of that.
He's going to lift up 1 or 2 Infested now as well, since he does have an observer around. That's actually going to help out a lot. With a couple of links, which could potentially slow down his third base from GosuGatored a little bit. GosuGatored actually had a 20 supply lead, and now we do see 8 roaches, and one's getting morphed in, and getting roach speed now as well. So it's still going to take a while before doing a
I am so confused,
man.
Really
use those roaches.
What was that? What was
in
that?
Combat.
Way to invest in +2 ranged attack. Like
well, I guess he just wants to switch eventually into roaches anyway. I think it's just part of the plan that he wants to give the impression he wants to play a Ling Zerging style, but meanwhile just getting a roaches.
I think his plan was to win the game with that Infestor bust, and it just didn't work.
Beautiful fungo right there. But he's going to have to be careful though. He doesn't have that much DPS. That's an even better fungo now, getting the 2 Phoenixes as well. But it doesn't have enough energy for more additional fungo.
Fly your Void Rays away, GosuGatored. What are you doing, man? Very, very sloppy play. They're losing both the Void Rays to just a handful of Infested Terrans. Meanwhile, GosuGatored trying to get this third base secure. Some Lings running in being a little bit annoying, but as he brings up this probe, GosuGatored will be able to wall this off, throw down a couple of cannons. I got to say, man, GosuGated's looking pretty okay right now. It's still 2 base to 2 base. The gold coming up for DRG, but I mean it's not going to finish for a while. And when the Nexus at GosuGated's third is going to be done before that. So
I agree with you as well. And the Spire is not even halfway done yet. So Corruptors against Colossus, that's something that's not going to happen for quite a while. And we do have Neuroparasite on the way though, and of course that is something that could help out a lot against Colossus.
Yeah, maybe. I haven't actually seen Neural Parasite since the range nerf in this matchup, so we'll see. I mean, DRG's going to have some excellent control, I'm sure, so if anybody can make it work, it's going to be him. Looks like he's going to try once again to bust the third base with some Infested Terrans. I guess that's what these Infestors must be for. They're going to come up and going to see a couple of cannons. I don't really see this working out, man.
He should be very careful. He's making a big circling roach attack at the main base from GosuGatored, but GosuGatored actually having units in excellent positions and really loving this wall up as well. And Dongregu really wants to get vision up here. He's going to lose 1 Infestor in the process, but he will be able to throw down a lot of those Infested Terrans. Meanwhile, or at least he tried to run by once again.
Force fielding the Infested Terrans. I'm not really sure what the... what the plan was there. So yeah, DRG, I'm just not really seeing it, man. I said coming into this tournament that I felt like his ZVP was a little bit suspect, and I'm not too impressed with what I've seen from him here. Trying to be a little bit creative with this Zergling Infestor style, but I don't know, man. Now he's got a really scary army that he has to deal with, and he's burned up most of his energy. He's got some decently upgraded roaches here, but this is a scary push that Gatored's making.
Indeed, we do see 5 Corruptors are on their way, 5 more additional roaches as well. Dongregu could potentially be at 175 supply, but even then, Gatored still has more supply. He has quite a few Stalkers over here as well, and 3 Colossus is a really scary number. Dongregu is going for the counterattack, and now those 3 cannons are actually very, very, very
They're
useful.
finally paying for themselves. But unfortunately for Gatored, he doesn't have anything covering that back entrance into his third base. The third base for DRG is just getting destroyed, man. All the drones are going to die. The hatchery, I don't know if he's going to kill the hatch or not, because there's a lot of roaches and corruptors here. Some infested Terrans going down as well. These Colossi are doing such a good job.
Yeah, still 4 Colossus alive. We have a few roaches left, but it really seems like Gatored might be able to take the first map over here against Dongregu.
Oh my gosh, DRG,
GG's.
GG's. Wow.
What in the world?
What is going on, man? We've got Atero beating Killer. We've got Gatored beating Dongregu. I wonder what's going through Gatored's head right now. He's like, oh.
Yeah, he's like, how did that happen? I don't think even he realized what happened in that game. Like, we didn't realize it, but I'm sure that he didn't realize it either.
That was
what is there really to say about that game, man? That was such an unusual, unorthodox game.
I don't know.
Dongregu getting that very quick +2, then just spawning a ton of infested Terrans.
Okay, so I can talk about this. This is not a build that's brand new. Destiny very famously beat Huck in some practice games that were being streamed on the Korean server, doing that exact timing push. It's a Zergling Infestor bust. The idea is to get in there, kill the cannon with the infested Terrans, and then just burrowed Infestors and Lings all over the place. Too much to deal with. The thing that Destiny did differently, though, his push comes faster. He doesn't wait for +2. It's just get the fastest 4 Infestors you can get and go dump a bunch of infested Terrans.
Yeah, that makes a lot of I mean, this felt like really late. Not only did he have that Stargate out, but he had like 5, 6, 7 gates already as well. I don't know.
It was really kind of silly. I don't know why he would wait for +2. I mean, I can sort of see his thinking. +2 infested Terrans do a lot of damage, but
but that's normally not going to force to win the game for you.
If you're going to invest your upgrades in something, invest your upgrades in something that's sustainable, right? Infested Terrans are cool for the 30 or so seconds that they're alive, but then they go away, you know? Maybe if they lived as long as auto turrets. But did you know that infested Terrans can burrow?
No.
Yeah.
They can?
They can.
If only that would actually like extend their lifespan.
Yeah, it was like they stay alive as long as they're burrowed. Oh, that'd be so cool. And then they have tunneling claws.
I think you were drifting away, man.
Now we're talking. Sorry, man. Sorry to go so far off track there. So anyway, DRG's build a little bit weird, and I'm gonna actually get our Russian caster in here for this next game. I actually forgot him last time. Anyway.
I think a lot of people learned something new when you said infested Terrans could burrow. I didn't know that.
I'm a wealth of knowledge about useful stuff, man. So, all right, I'm just going to get the go-ahead from these players. I was promoted to host, so as soon as I get the thumbs up from everybody, we'll get this next game underway. Gatored up 1-0 over Dongregu. Second map is...
Imagine you're on Twitter and you're following these results, and you see Atero beating TSL Killer,
it's like
and Gatored 1-0 up against Dongregu.
These North American players coming in very confident, playing pretty well, man.
It's like these guys, like the only reason that they didn't win any tournaments is because they didn't go, man.
They haven't been there,
no, this is like the first time they show up, and they say, like, I'll show like the Kiwis and the TT1s how it's done. Like, I'll play against Dongregu.
No problem.